So this is the OneFootball app. I use it pretty much every single day of my life to keep up to date with the football, especially with the World Cup on. And oh my God, Belgium just scored. Wow, that timing. In fact, I'm going to use this opportunity to show you how to keep up to date with the football. Brazil beating Mexico earlier, of course, but Belgium literally just scored. And it was Jan Vertonghen. I'm watching the replay right now. Wow, what a header. Tomorrow, we've got the big one. We've got England versus Colombia tomorrow, which is going to be a massive game. You can actually go on these matches and put in your prediction. I'm going to go with an England win, of course. 56% of people agree with me. Interesting. So with OneFootball, you can see goal scorers, you can see assists. There's a news tab. There's a following tab, so you can follow a nation and a club. You can follow competitions. It's so customizable, and you can get push notifications as well. So when a goal goes in, your phone will tell you. If you can't watch the game live, if you're driving or whatever, you might hear your phone go off and you'll know there's been a goal. But don't check it while you're driving. But we've got a World Cup tab here, which is going to keep you up to date on everything that's going on. Even on match days, you can take a look at the results as they're happening live, and also past results. And you can take a look at the tables as well. You can also get all the latest transfer news as well, not just confirmed deals, but rumours. Right now, I'm looking at the top transfers that have gone through. Fred, João Cancelo, Douglas Costa with his permanent move to Juventus. But of course, if you follow a certain team like I do, Arsenal, you get the related news to your club. So Jack Wilshere being linked with many clubs since announcing he's leaving. Bert Leno joined. Malcolm's being linked again. Moussa Dembele, am I dreaming? I would absolutely love to sign him. But he's a Tottenham player. Is that ever going to happen? I very much doubt it. So make sure you check out OneFootball down below to make sure you keep up to date with everything going on in the World Cup. And I'm definitely interested to see what happens here with Belgium and Japan. Come on, Japan, hold on for me. But make sure you download it, guys. The link is down below in the description. And let's get on with the match reviews. What just happened? What? This World Cup, I continuously say this, every video review, that it's just the best World Cup. I cannot believe what just happened about 2 minutes ago in the Belgium-Japan game. Absolute heartbreak for Japan. But let's talk about the first game today, Brazil versus Mexico. I was so rooting for Mexico. It would have been a great story. I want all of the big teams knocked out. As an England fan, it would help us massively. Or would it? Should we be playing the big teams because we always seem to fail against the lesser teams, so to speak? But Mexico on the day getting beat 2-0. I mean, what can you say though? I thought Brazil were not at their best, but still had enough to be the better team on the day. And ultimately, Neymar, Coutinho, Willian, all three of those guys going forward with Jesus and Firmino towards the end. It's too much, and they've got to be the favourites, and rightly so. They are the favourites right now in the bookies to win the World Cup. Are we going to see Brazil and France in the semis maybe? I mean, spoiler alert. I mean, it's not really a spoiler alert when it's in the title, but Belgium beat Japan, and they will be playing in the next game against Brazil, so it could be France-Belgium. I'm already saying that France are going through. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but they're still my favourites to win. Even though I think Brazil might just edge it right now on form. Or do they? Oh, it's a really tough one. This is why the World Cup right now is heating up, and it is just amazing to watch. I cannot pick between France and Brazil right now. Even though before the tournament my prediction was France, I also said Germany, and look what happened to them. So ultimately a 2-0 victory for Brazil has taken them through, and I want to say a massive grats to Mexico though, because they did so well in the groups. I don't think many people gave them much of a chance in such a tough group, but they made it out. They didn't just make it out, they only just went and did it really nicely as well. They did their nation proud, and I'm sure a lot of Mexican fans will be sad that they're out, but they'll know that they got a bit unlucky with the draw there. Getting Brazil, it's not always the kindest of draws, is it? So I think had they got someone else, they might be into the quarters right now, because they've got a great team. Lozano, for me, again, showing why he is going to be at a massive club in the future. He's at PSV for now. I'm sure he might be there for another season or so, but it wouldn't surprise me if a big team comes in. Well, I'm not saying PSV are a small club, but a big, heavy-hitting side, Bayern, Barca, Madrid, Man City. If they come in for him, I don't see him staying, because he is going to be a future star for sure. And also, a lot of the Mexican players that went under the radar. I thought Leun was brilliant. I thought Hernandez had a very good tournament as well, Chicharito. I thought their midfield was actually very impressive. And one of them was the 39-year-old, an absolute legend of the game, and of course will be retiring now, so he'll be missed. What's his name? Marquez. I'm not very good with names sometimes and trying to remember them all, but that was incredible to see. But I wanted to finish this game review by just... I want to talk about Neymar because, again, you're seeing two sides of football, the best side and the worst side. You've got a player that's not even fully fit, not even fully match fit. You know, we're talking a little bit off the beat, a little bit at least, scoring goals and playing well for his team. And then you've got him rolling around on the floor because he got trod on very, very slightly. And it's not just this occasion I'm talking about. Fair enough, that might have hurt, but the way he's play acting and rolling around like he was, as if he got struck by lightning, really does frustrate me. But it's several occasions so far in this World Cup where he is just overly dramatic, and we slate Suarez, including myself. We slate Pepe. Why are we not slating Neymar for doing the exact same thing? It drives me mad. I wish football wasn't like that, because it's so frustrating to watch players that are undoubtedly some of the best players in the world. Pepe was one of the best centre-backs in the world, ruined by his attitude and his play acting. And then you've got Suarez, who's probably one of the best strikers in the world still to this day, but ruins his reputation with some of the things he does on the field, and Neymar is approaching this. I really feel like he could ruin his reputation more so than he has done already in this World Cup when everyone's watching and he's rolling around like a little baby. So please stop doing this. It's so frustrating. But let's talk about the Belgium-Japan game. This is what I was really excited to talk about. I literally finished the game. I'm watching it on my second monitor and I'm straight, bang, make the thumbnail, into the template design, change the flags, the score lines, and record. I'm always straight onto it because I'm so excited to get my thoughts out there. It was, oh man, Japan going 1-0 up. Didn't believe that would happen. I thought, okay, fair enough. And it wasn't luck. They were playing very good football by this point. Then making it 2-0, I thought I was watching a fake game. When that second goal went in, and what a goal it was, by the way, and the first, two very good finishes, I thought this might genuinely be the craziest World Cup I'm ever going to see, because we're seeing all of these big clubs crumbling, not clubs, nations I should say, crumbling under pressure. But they turned it around, and you've got to give credit to Martinez, the Belgian manager. He would have been absolutely slated for his tactics today had he not brought on two subs who scored some of the goals, Chadli and Fellaini, of course. He would have been slated if they lost, because De Bruyne is not a DM. Why is he sitting back? Why is he not up there? Even if you take Mertens out of the team, if you move Hazard more to the left, you get your best assets in their correct position. De Bruyne's their best midfielder. Why is he the one that gets a bit neglected and he's the one who's asked to sit back? Doesn't make sense to me, so I think he would have been slated for that. I think the formation in general, playing with effectively three strikers, Hazard and Mertens, whilst they are kind of wingers throughout their career, they have been playing as strikers for a lot of this season. So putting them up front with Lukaku and sacrificing midfielders is not a safe idea, unless you pull it off, of course, which they have been doing. But today it very nearly went wrong, and that could have really backfired. But you've got to give it to him. The subs were perfect. Fellaini comes on, scores a header. Chadli comes on, he scores the winner. It's unbelievable how lucky, but also how deserving of that it was, if that makes sense, because they were genius substitutes. Not really rocket science. You want to get a goal, you throw on a giant in Fellaini, and not to discriminate or be racist or something, but the Japanese team aren't exactly the tallest and most physical. So when you get a player like Fellaini running at them, and Chadli, who's a bit of a unit himself, you're going to cause issues. So well done to Martinez. I'm a big fan of him, so that's why I think, maybe a little bit biased, he deserved that, because it would have been horrendous for him. He probably would have lost his job had they lost this game. I think it's quite literally now or never for Belgium. They've got one of the best squads in the tournament, and I don't think they'll ever have as good of a squad as they have these days. The individuals they've got, it's unbelievable. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Belgium in the final, but with France and Brazil on that side and still some other teams to play, it could be very difficult for them to progress further if they can only just about beat Japan. I'm much happier we're on this side. I cannot wait for the England game tomorrow. Of course, we'll be doing a match review for that. Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check them out. Link is below. Download the app. You won't regret it. It's unbelievably good. I'm not just saying that because they're paying me to say it, because, of course, I use it. I only show you guys products and adverts that I want to use myself and I think that are good products. So please do check it out. And I will see you tomorrow for a big result, hopefully, with England beating Colombia 7-0. That would be something else.